Hi everyone. Today we'll try to make invisible ink with household items and we'll try to talk about acids and bases along the way. This is baking soda and this is its chemical formula. It's a weak base, which just means it likes to accept protons in chemical reactions. This is berry juice. It's a weak acid, which just means it likes to give protons during a chemical reaction. Since we have a giver of protons and an acceptor of protons, these two love to react in chemical reactions.
Now, in order to do it, what you want to do is just put a little bit of baking soda in here. How much really doesn't matter. It's probably about a tablespoon or so. And then get a little bit of water. That's what the water is for. And just put it right on top. You want to do about half and half. And what you want to do is stir it up and make sort of a slurry out of it. And so what you're doing is you're taking that baking soda and you're dissolving some of it. Once we're done with that, we have a piece of paper here. And grab a Q-tip. Your Q-tip is going to act like your pen. And so what you're going to do is sort of swirl it around, get the good water on there and some of the solids that are in there, kind of dip it off. You don't want to put too much of this stuff. You don't want to goop it on there because the paper has to dry. So there's no reason to goop it on there. And just write a little message. Could be something very simple. I'll do this, and I'll be creative and just sort of draw like a squiggly line under it. So I have an invisible message. And what's going to happen is if you let it sit to dry, it will be almost completely invisible. So we'll set that to the side. Now, if you can find blueberry juice in a bottle, just go ahead and buy it. It'll work just fine. If you can't, it's very simple to make. Just go into the freezer section of the grocery store and get a bag of frozen blueberries. Pour those frozen blueberries in a bowl and just put like a tablespoon of water in there, just a little bit of water to keep them moist. Throw them in the microwave. Microwave for a few minutes until those blueberries are really piping hot, and you'll see on the bottom of your bowl, this juice is going to be in there. That's just the blueberry juice. So what you want to do is just kind of swirl your Q-tip in there, get some nice indicator on there. Again, not too much. You don't want to goop it up too much. And let's just gently go back and forth and see if we can see anything. That looks like an H. And then over here. And that looks like an exclamation point. And what do we have underneath? Do we have anything underneath? Let's see. We just have like a little line underneath. Acids are in lots and lots of things that you have around the house. Vinegar is an acid. Inside of lemons is a type of acid. Inside of berries like this is a type of acid. So there's acids in lots of different fruits. Things that have base in there, those would be things like milk, those would be things like baking soda. Acids and bases are basically opposite of one another. They love to react chemically with one another. Whenever you have a weak acid and a weak base like this, in this particular case, whenever they're combining together, it basically changes the color a little bit. And that's what we found on this page. Originally, everything was invisible, and then as soon as we put the indicator solution on there, which is the berry juice, we had a chemical reaction between the base, which is the baking soda, and the acid that's in the juice, and it changed colors. And that's why it only changes colors in the places where we put the base on the paper, which is the baking soda.
Learn anything at mathandscience.com.